Sizawukhumbula
baseswati sisho noke ukuthi silala muhla ngoba siyati ukuthi imanifesto they throw hope because they know this champion their cause. Silambele ke inkulumo ngameli ngoba siyazi na this manifesto ngeyami nangeya siyabonga lithuba mengameli. Long live the EFF, long live.
Amandla. Let me greet the commander to have a for that two-thirds majority to happen. We need to unite because
greetings. We see Biko Nomabangatandi. Africans are united, and EFF has through EFF we are to.
Siyabulela Secretary General we-PAC. Now sizawubiza abantu President Sihlelonzi, the stage is yours.
Amandla kawethu indle zotaka chithi mafatsha kusekhaya la Amandla bethanda bengathanda bathakathi kusekhaya lana eKZN, and we're going to show them as abantu abatsha be-EFF. We're not here to speak much, we're here to listen. Sizomamela eyona manifesto ezawuzisa utshintsho ngoba la eKZN abantwana abanabo ukutya mabesiya esikolweni because they've collapsed the school stationery scheme. There is only one Tintswalo in South Africa. It is Ramaphosa himself, the Tintswalo of white people, the Tintswalo Amabhulu did not get their allowances because Blade Zimande and his friends were stealing money, were employing companies of their friends to theater. We are now warning him, if he wants peace in the institutions of higher learning, we want all those corrupt contracts to be terminated with immediate effect. Well, took all the SRC elections in South Africa. In the Western Cape were in charge. In Gauteng were in charge. In Limpopo were in charge. In North. We must send a message to the students to say it is useless to vote for the EFF Students' Command, the ANC. So we must treat elections as if we are treating SRC elections. That is why Commander-in-Chief, next week, Wednesday and Friday, we are declaring a mass voter registration. Every res we must register, every campus must register, every student. SRC elections, we are now registering them. We want total victory. Amandla kawethu phambili ngemfundo yamahala phambili.
uSipho Ngwenya noThina Zungu bangene staging. Sithi register mntomtsha, register to vote mntomtsha, register to vote. Phambili ngemfundo yamahala phambili. Phambili ngemfundo yamahala phambili. Phambili ngohulumende ozoqosha abantu abatsha phambili. Sipho, the stage is yours.
Two.
On your marks, get set. We are ready for Bible. On your we are ready for Jerusalem. On your marks, get set. We are ready
for your
get set. We are ready
for Jerusalem.
We are ready.
We are ready for Jerusalem.
We are ready. We are
Look one of my flaky pezolo.
Servant.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
That-
So good.
That's what I'm not.
Thank you very much. Siyabulela. Anyone oyazi meaning yale ngoma uzawuyazi uba right now we have said all the prayers ukulungela ukumamela i-commitments ze-EFF. Xa sisiya kuvuthondaba ndizocela u-DSG azosazisa i-leadership ekhoyo, our beautiful DSG, to come forward. Long live the spirit of Mama Winnie Nobdikizela Mandela. Long live DSG.
Mayibuye i-Africa, mayibuye i-Africa. Viva Mongameli Julius Malema, viva. Viva Mongameli Julius Malema, viva. Viva EFF, EFF, viva. Viva EFF, EFF, viva. Siyaya Siyaya ekhethweni siyaya siyovoteli EFF soyivotela EFF siyoyivotela ngena Pata EFF Pata Pata EFF Pata Long live to the undying. Ngiyabonga National Chair. Ngiyabingelela Mongameli nethimba lakho the official. Bingelele all the CCT members, the RCT and the PCT. Ngibingelele namakhosi akhona lana. Ngiphinde ngibingelele ama different political parties. Ngiyaphinda futhi ngibingelele wonke umphakathi waKwaZulu Natal. Ngithi sanibonane. Sanibonane. Viva Ground Forces, viva. Viva. Amandla. Amandla. Matla. Matla. Ngimela ngaphambi kwenu namhlanje ngizonazisa kubuholi bethu benhlangano esinabo lapha ngaphambili. Ngizothatha leli thuba ngiqale ngokunazisa kubuholi our former leadership benhlangano. Ngizonazisa to our treasurer, former treasurer general Lien Matthys. Ungeza ngaphambili uzobingelela.
Sambonani KZN, Sambonani! Oza 2024, Oza! Long live the economic freedom fighters, long live! Amandla!
Ngiphinde nginazise to our former national chair, Advocate Dali Mpofu.
Mandla. Awethu. Umhlaba. 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 Tata juju tata. Phansi ngoduma phansi. Phansi ngomtolo phansi. Phansi Ramaphosa phansi.
Ngiyabonga. Nginazise ku our former deputy secretary general Mr. Hlengiwe Mkhaliphi.
Amandla. Amandla. Long live Commander-in-Chief Julius Malema, long live. Long live KZN, long live. Qina msebenzi, qina. Qina msebenzi, qina.
Ngiphinde nginazise to our former secretary general ukomisa Godrich Gadi.
Sanibonani KwaZulu Natal, sanibonani. Aluze ukhetho ngaMeyi, aluze. Amandla. Siyabonga.
Ngiyabonga. Manje ngizonazisa to our central command team. Amakomisa wethu bengicela ukuthi bonke basukume banibingelele. CCT members. Sanibonani KZN, sanibonani. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. Okwamanje ngiphinde futhi ngizonazisa to our officials of the organization, I would start with our Treasurer General, Commissar Umpile Maudwe.
Amandla! Ayikule EFF KZN ayikule. Oza 2024 oza. Forward to victory in 2024 forward.
Siyabonga. Nginazise to our national chair, Ukomisa Veronica Mente.
Thank you, DSG. Amandla! Amandla! Qina ground forces, qina! Qina ground forces, qina! Sizayivotela EFF, sizayivotela! Siyabulela, DSG.
Ngiyabonga chair. Nginazise to our Secretary General, Ukomisa Marshal Mzingisi Dlamini.
Amandla! 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 Long live the Commander-in-Chief, long live! Long live the Commander-in-Chief, long live! Phambili ke EFF, phambili! Phambili ke EFF, phambili! Amandla!
Long live EFF, long live. 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 Okwamanje, again, ngithathe leli thuba, nginazise to our Deputy President, Ukomisa Floyd Nyiko Shivambu.
Amandla! Viva EFF! Viva! Viva EFF! Viva! Phambili EFF! Phambili! Phambili EFF! Phambili! Sawuthatha unyaka 2024 sawuthatha. Sawuthatha unyaka 2024 sawuthatha. Viva EFF, viva. Mawubuye umhlaba, mawubuye. Amandla. Awethu. Viva the Commander-in-Chief Julius Malema, viva! Long live the Commander-in-Chief Julius Malema, long live! Long live the Commander-in-Chief, 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 long live! Amandla! Awethu! Siyabonga kakhulu. Usela nobhala jikelele. Komisa Popi Mailula. My task, it's a simple task here, is to come to raise and introduce, to address the ground forces of the EFF esifundazweni saKwaZulu Natal. I'm here to raise a revolutionary, to address the ground forces and volunteers of the EFF from all the 4,973 voting stations and districts of KwaZulu Natal, from all the 44 local municipalities and 1 metro here in the province, from all the 901 wards of the province of KwaZulu Natal. We can assure you, Comrade President, that gathered here. We've got the ground forces of the EFF from all the 11 regions. We've got the ground forces from Umkanyakude. We've got the ground forces from the Durban region, from Ilembe, from Ugu, from Herigwala region. We've got the ground forces from King Tetuayo, from Utukela, from Ilembe, from Umgungundovu, from all the regions that came to this huge workshop and political school of the economic emancipation movement, which is going to give us a clear mandate as to just what are we going to do moving forward. As I said, fighters, my task is to raise a revolutionary, a leader who can count in the same lines as Robert Mangaliso Sobukwe, who can count him in the same lines as Steve Biko, who can count him in the same lines as Patrice Lumumba, who can count him on the same lines as Thomas Sankara, as Kwame Nkrumah, as Sekou Toure. I'm introducing to you the incoming president of South Africa, the president of the EFF.
Forward to socialism, forward. Thank you very much, comrades. Let me not waste time. I've got a situation, my eyes like betraying me when there is a wind. So I hope they won't do that. I'm very happy to be inside Moses Mabhida. I'm very happy that the KZN comrades were able to fill up this stadium on their own without comrades from other provinces. You have made history today, and you must be proud of yourself that those who said you won't enter Mabhida, you have entered Mabhida. And those who said there is no EFF in KZN, today they've got a scientific proof that there is EFF in KZN. Those who thought that EFF is a regional organization, today know that EFF is a national organization. Therefore, I am happy to be part of this history, and I am happy that many generations to come will read that the EFF went to break new grounds in a very difficult province and made it alive. Today, we are here to unveil the People's Manifesto. Let me take this opportunity to pass our sincere greetings and salutation to the King of the Zulu Nation, Isilo Samabandla, King Musizulu Kazweletini, Bayete, 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 when I went low, when I went low, when I went low, I salute the King as a sign of affirmation that there is only one King of the Zulu Nation, and that King is Musizulu Kazweletini. For him to be a king, he requires no court to confirm him. For him to be a king, he must be born a king, and he was born a king. The rest is just logistics. We greet all the traditional leaders, Ondabezi Ta, Amakosi Nezintuna, bonke abantwana basendlunkulu, undunankulu kaZulu, tulasizwe Buthelezi. We respect you as a Prime Minister of a Zulu nation. We are not ignorant of your political affiliation, but we respect the King's decision and we shall follow as such. Sithanda ukubambisana kakhulu nenkosi Tembe and inkosi Ximba. We take this opportunity to greet and salute all the regional leaders here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, everywhere in South Africa, Africa, the continent, and the entire world. We pass our specific greetings to all the leaders of Ibandla, Lama Nazareth Baptist Church, Inkosi Unyazi, Lwezulu, Kwashembe, Bishop Dlomo, and the leadership of the 12th Apostle Church in Trinity, Reverend Mteto of Osis Church, Pastor Mzimela, Kwamashu Christian Church, our Father, Mtate Bishop Ralkulela, and all religious leaders. Leaders of the EFF in Central Command, leaders of the EFF in Central Election Task Force, Provincial Election Task Forces, Regional Election Task Forces, Sub-Regional Election Task Forces, Branch Election Task Forces, Voting District Task Forces. We want to salute as well those who come from the Sub-Regional Election Task Forces. All the ground forces, we salute you for making it possible. Without you, this event was not going to be possible. We salute the people of South Africa, our brothers and sisters in African continent and the diaspora. Cheers. We send our sincere salutation to all the people of South Africa. We send and salute all the Marxist, Leninist, Socialist, Communist parties in all parts of the world, in particular the Communist Party of China, Cuba, and Vietnam. Commissars, I'm proud that you belong to the movement of the people. Siyajabula kakhulu ukubala esifundazweni saKwaZulu-Natal. We can say without fear of any contradiction that this province is the home of the EFF. KwaZulu-Natal ikaya lenhlangano yethu sonke, the economic freedom fighters. We are greatly honored to launch the 2024 election manifesto of the EFF here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. The province of KwaZulu-Natal is the home of the EFF. In the 2019 provincial and national elections, the EFF got more than 350,000 votes here in KwaZulu-Natal. Between 2016 and 2021, the number of councillors of the EFF in all municipalities here in the province increased from 68 to 168, meaning that we gained an additional 100 councillors. The economic freedom fighters occupies a special place in the hearts and minds of the people of KwaZulu-Natal. We once again take this opportunity to say to the people of KwaZulu-Natal, Siyabonga for the support you continue to show to the movement. We are in no doubt that the people of KwaZulu-Natal love the economic freedom fighters, and we, on behalf of the more than 1 million members of the EFF, want to state that we love you too, the people of KwaZulu-Natal. Siyanithanda nonke, sizohlala sinithanda until victory is achieved. We know that for 30 years you have been subjected to less quality leadership in this province. Within this province, there are capable and willing leaders who have embraced and are capably leading the province to maximum prosperity. We as the EFF want to say here and now that we've got full confidence in Mongezi Twala and the Provincial Election Task Force that when we take over this province, there won't be anyone who will come from outside this province to come and lead government of KwaZulu-Natal. It will be led by the children of KwaZulu-Natal. Comrades, this province is known for its wars against colonialism and oppression. When we talk about this province, we talk about warriors who fought in the Battle of Isandlwana 145 years ago. When you talk about this province, it's the province of Inkosi Bambata Kamanisa, who refused to surrender to British colonialism 118 years ago. This province also produced one of the most outstanding predecessors in the Congress Youth League, Anthony Muzwakhe Limbede. The first president of the Congress Youth who died 77 years ago at the age of 33. We take this opportunity to assure President Anthony Muzwakhe Limbede that we continue to be under his ideological, political and visionary guidance of achieving freedom in our lifetime. The generation and struggle of economic freedom in our lifetime is definitely inspired by the generational mission and struggle led by Anthony Muzwakhe Limbede, who in 1944 proclaimed freedom in our lifetime. We take this opportunity to report to President Anthony Muzwakhe Limbede, to President Robert Sobukwe, to Congress Mbata, to AP Mda, to Mkolisi Majombozi, Robert Resha, and all the heroic fighters of the freedom in our lifetime generation, that we are here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal to unveil and launch a manifesto that is going to bring about true freedom to the majority of our people. We know that millions of South Africans and Africans in the continent and the diaspora already know who we are. But it is always important to introduce yourself, because you must not assume people know you. We are the economic freedom fighters, a fearless, militant, radical and revolutionary economic emancipation movement founded here in South Africa and expanding to various parts of the African continent. We are a socialist, a Pan-African movement that unapologetically fights for the reunification of the African continent. We are the most dependable and reliable weapon in the hands of the oppressed masses of our people. Since our formation on the 26th of July 2013, 10 years ago, we have participated in 4 elections and we remain the only serious national political organization that continue to grow elections after elections. As a result, we currently have 44 elected members of parliament, 9 members of the National Council of Provinces. We are represented in all the legislatures in South Africa, and we've got more than 1,200 municipal councillors in South Africa. The EFF is also part of government in the cities of Johannesburg, Ekurhuleni in Gauteng Province, Nelson Mandela Bay in the Eastern Cape, eThekwini here in KwaZulu-Natal. Here in eThekwini, it is the EFF that ensured that our people receive and continue to receive clean water and drinkable water. It is the EFF in eThekwini that made sure that almost all the swimming beaches remain opened during the 2013 festive season, because we paid particular attention to the wastewater treatment facilities, most of which were neglected since 1994. The EFF in KwaZulu-Natal, in the local municipality, is governed in the local municipalities of Mogale City in Gauteng, Metsimaholo in Free State, Nongoma in KwaZulu-Natal, and Western District in Gauteng. Since our formation 10 years ago, we as the EFF have taken thousands of students to the University of Technology, TVET colleges and universities. We have built homes and houses for the homeless and the poor. We have built shelter for the orphans and the poor people. We have given thousands and thousands of our people pieces of land through our land occupation program. We fought racism everywhere in South Africa. That's why white people today respect black people, because black people who are disrespected even at their profession, they simply because we try and make sure that our people get water. We know that the people of Mkanyakute, Umzinyathi, Amajuba, Zululand, Umgugundlovu, Ugu and many other areas here in the province and many parts of South Africa still have no access to quality water, and we are the only organization that can bring about permanent solutions. We have always taken care of the poor and prioritized their interests and aspirations. All this we have done even before we are elected to provincial and national government. Imagine if we are elected into government. We have a progressive and focused president of our student wing and our student wing called the EFF Student Command, which is leading majority of student representative council in institutions of higher learning in South Africa today. I wrote here majority. I heard the president saying all, and mathematically is correct. Once it goes beyond 90%, it's 100%. That's how they conduct DNA ST. It says 99.9999. Then you are the father. The EFF Student Command and EFF are at the forefront of securing the future of our students in institutions of higher learning through Sizofunda Ngenkani. Whether management likes it or not, whether VCs likes it or not, our children are going to learn, and they are going to learn by force. We don't care whether they come from poor families or rich families. As long as your marks are good, you have earned your seat in a Tibet college, in a university of technology. We are the only organization which is fully run and not managed by white people. But I'm worried that we are not managed and run by white people. That I celebrate. But I have a problem deeply to a point where you don't even have a white staff member as a cleaner or something there to demonstrate that we are for all. Our saying we're not being managed is not because we hate white people. We are just telling you that we are the only organization in South Africa that is 100% black and African owned. And no white man can claim this organization except black people. Comrades, our clarion call is that political power without economic power is meaningless. At the center of this is our 7 cardinal pillars. We therefore are at the war and battle but to win. So Mongezi Twala, you have no option but to win KwaZulu-Natal province. It is on your shoulders under the supervision of our capable deputy president to deliver this province. The people of Mtabauya Lingana, Josini, Tutluwe, Mtubatuba must be rest assured economic freedom is coming tomorrow. The people of Tanti, Great Town, Mutu, your movement is here and will bring true freedom tomorrow. The people of Kwamashu, Kwamakuta, Hammarsdale, Umlazi, Inanda, Tongat, and all the areas of eThekwini, your freedom is coming tomorrow. The people of Limpopo, the people of Kiani, Malamulela, your freedom is coming tomorrow. The people of Northwest Mafike, the freedom is on the way, will arrive tomorrow. The people of Mpumalanga, Kanyamazani, freedom is coming tomorrow. The people of Free State in Botshabelo, freedom is coming tomorrow. The people of Eastern Cape, Tanzania, your freedom is coming tomorrow. The people of Western Cape, Kailicha, your freedom is coming tomorrow. The people of Northern Cape, Khalishiwe, freedom is coming tomorrow. The people of Gauteng, in Soweto and Mamelodi, you waited for too long. Freedom is coming tomorrow. South Africa, your freedom is coming tomorrow. The EFF will deliver freedom in our lifetime. Comrades, Deputy President, let me tell you something. Bayatanda abatandi. Seskona la eNatal. Bayatanda abatandi. Seskona phakathi inside Moses Mabhida. We are here on top of the stage committing to our people that freedom is coming tomorrow. Let me tell you, some political illiterates are going to celebrate on the 27th of April and say there is Freedom Day. There is nothing freedom about 27 April. Only that we removed apartheid from legislature. But otherwise, apartheid remains deep-rooted amongst our people. Comrades, we always know that nothing has changed since 1994. 30 years ago, in 1994, majority of land in South Africa majority of land owners in South Africa were the white colonial settlers. And 30 years later, 2024, the majority of land owners are still the settlers and their biological descendants. 30 years ago, in 1994, the wealth of the country was concentrated in the hands of white majority. 30 years later, the wealth of South Africa is still white minority. 30 years ago in 1994, more than 90% of informal settlement dwellers, abahlali basemjondolo, were black Africans. And 30 years later, today, informal settlement dwellers still look like me and you. There are no white people in informal settlement. It is still Africans. Comrades, 30 years ago, we said there will no longer be GBV against our women. Today, it has worsened. 30 years ago, we said we'll fight poverty. Today is worse. Therefore, when they come to us, we must be ready for them. When they say today is Freedom Day, you must tell them your freedom is still coming, because 1994 was a missed opportunity. When they say to you, why do you say 1994 is a missed opportunity? You must say, what is freedom without water? What is freedom without houses? What is freedom without flushing toilet? What is freedom without access to quality education and a decolonized education? What is freedom without health care? What is freedom without jobs? What is freedom without basic electricity? What is freedom without land? What is freedom without sanitary pads? What is freedom if you go to bed with an empty stomach? What is freedom without proper roads? What is freedom if you are still giving birth in a shack, because in the informal settlements there are no rules? What is freedom if you are still being raped and beaten up without any consequences? What is freedom if you can't move freely at night on your streets because streets have been hijacked by gangsters and criminals? What is freedom without freedom, because we are not free? We were correct 10 years ago to say freedom, political freedom without economic freedom is meaningless. But somebody can ask the question, why are you campaigning for political power if you say political power without economic power is meaningless? We want political power to use it decisively and purposefully to turn the means of production and transfer it into the hands of our people. So, ladies and gentlemen, the people of South Africa, members of the Central Command Team, our battle cry for this year, our election theme for this year is our land and jobs now, stop load shedding. 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 The theme and the clarion call for election 2024 is as outlined. The emphasis on land derives from the fact that 30 years down the line, 80% of the land is in the hands of the whites. Jobs is informed by the fact that joblessness in South Africa today sit at more than 15 million people who are capable to work. And our emphasis on now is because our suffering is happening now. We don't have jobs now. We don't have clinics now. We are going to bed hungry now. That's why we must solve all those things now. Fighters, more fundamentally, the emphasis on now is because we cannot postpone the true liberation from apartheid, from economic apartheid. We are not part of the 1994 elite pact. We are not part of CODESA. We don't owe the Boers anything. We never went to CODESA with the Boers. We are a new generation with our own challenges. And therefore, when we say now, we must not apologize because we never promised white people that we will take the land. Comrades, we say load shedding must stop because we are in darkness now. Our people don't have killed a lot of businesses, and as a result, because businesses are gone, a lot of our people have lost jobs. Ramaphosa killed people only in Marikana, but through load shedding, Ramaphosa is continuing to kill our people. We must vote to stop load shedding. As the EFF is very clear that our manifesto is not a manifesto of promises. Our manifesto is a manifesto of commitments. We are committed to everything we are going to say. The manifesto was not sponsored by a group of small business people and big business people from Stellenbosch. In this manifesto, Oppenheimer has got no input in this manifesto. The Minel family have got no input in this manifesto. The people. This manifesto is a product of the people. This is a manifesto from security guards. This is a manifesto from teachers. This is a manifesto from all the land, and we are not going to pay a cent. Whether they like it or not, the land will be returned in the hands of our people. We are going to take the land without compensation now. So why are you worried when we make it explicit so that there is this motion in Parliament? Now when we get the majority, we are going back to re-table it again and amend the Constitution. Women and young people, because women must own land too. Women must be at the center of people who are going to pay the distribution of the land, 50% of it before the end of 2025. Comrades, we are going to create jobs irrespective of their age, irrespective of their background. These jobs are going to come from social housing and roads infrastructure alone We are going to build to create 4 million jobs. Comrades, we are going to insource security guards and care. At the center of our job strategy is building of industries. We want to re-industrialize South Africa, use state to expand our trading with Africa alone. We must trade amongst Africans in order to grow the African economy and rebuild this economy. Comrades, we want patriotic businessmen if we want, and women if we want to create jobs. There must be incentives to subsidize the factories, will subsidize the machineries as long as they open factories, especially in the rural areas. Tiles, washing products, electronics, clothes, shoes, and other products that our people use, including our agriculture, will be protected by the state against the foreign markets. Comrades, we have a duty in South Africa. We can't create jobs if we don't produce the things we use on daily basis here in South Africa. We are going to support procurement from local and small business enterprises. Every municipality must buy 80% of stopping load shedding, because we believe that through industrialization we can create jobs, but within 6 months in government, because we know it is possible and it is practically possible for EFF to take over. They will be integrated in ESCOM to make sure that we provide electricity to our people. Comrades, we are going to reactivate all coal-fired power stations and operating all of them to the full capacity. We are going to introduce more than 6,000 megawatts nuclear energy. Activation a non-negotiable maintenance plan for all coal-fired power stations. This will ensure that we secure electricity apologetically using our coal maximally. We are not going to destroy coal mining. We are not opposed. We will not destroy it, because destroying coal is destroying jobs. Comrades, we are going to municipalities to make sure that they implement hybrid and off-grid solutions. Most municipalities don't even know how to apply for grant. We are going, education and research are at the center of our struggle. We cannot fight crime, unemployment, gender, substance abuse, and decolonize education for all and introduce subjects that incorporate indigenous knowledge and economic freedom. They don't take their children to school because education is going to be free and compulsory. We are going to create 40,000 positions for ECD at the age of 3. Amongst these 40,000 recruits, 50% must be women and young people. Comrades, institutions of higher learning that you require to be successful, and we will not make you have loans with government, because government is not a machonisa. How do you say a person comes from school? Because your education is tomorrow's national asset. So be rest assured that we will not allow NSFAS to be corrupted, because we don't need NSFAS. for funding of their students, but we will not allow them to administer the admission of students. We will and will say to Faith University, we gave you 20,000 students. Here is the money to finance those 20,000 students. The streets of South Africa from criminals. Begitele has failed dismally. Nothing else that he has done which changed the conditions of our people. So let's tell you, if you are going to jail for 25 years without pardon, if you kill a policeman or law enforcement officer, you are going to jail for 25 years. Crimes such as sexual offenses, tampering with essential infrastructure, and murder, you are going to jail without pardon. We are going to increase into government of the EFF, that be warned, after we hire you, we are going to take your family to prisons, to government money, and we are going to tell them that if your father or your mother steals money, is coming to join these people, so that they can call you. Children must say, Papa, where did you get the money to buy this thing? Because they will know that one mistake, you are going to jail. We are going to expand DNA database as a way of fighting gender-based violence. Comrades, our army is a joke. Our army is dysfunctional. Our army has collapsed. But soldiers of South Africa, don't worry. The police of South Africa, don't worry. You are being corrupt because we are going to pay you very well. If you are a policeman and you arrest a dangerous criminal, investigate successfully a prosecution of a criminal, we are going to give you bonus for that. We are going to make sure that you've got proper housing. We want you policemen not to look like Deputy President of the EFF or Marshal Dlamini, our Secretary General. The EFF who are fit and proper. The same way you come out of the college, that's the same way you must stay when you by policemen and women who are not fit for purpose. Fighters, every country is strengthening its own. In the previous inauguration of the president, we saw a person who came from because our army in the air, in the sea and land has collapsed. We are going to strengthen this axis to combat crime. Fighters, our army must fight illegal firearms. All of a sudden, we've got AK-47 in South Africa, yet that has never been a weapon of preference. For going to have monthly parades on our streets, including visibility. You saw a police van. You can't even see a police van on the road. You can't see police on the road. So we need police to walk on the streets, to ride bicycles, to randomly come into any social and randomly search you and randomly search our houses if they suspect there are illegal firearms in those houses. We must have an annual search of houses and properties, both Africans, coloreds, Indians and whites here in KwaZulu-Natal. One day you must just wake up, police are searching your house and soldiers in search of illegal firearms in this province. There are too many guns in the hands of wrong people in this province. We must go and fetch those guns and go and destroy them because they are killing innocent people. Comrades, we want primary health care. We want to fight common disease. We want to make sure that primary health care is integrated into all sectors of society, sports, education, jobs, and everywhere else. We want to make sure that we establish clinics everywhere, and clinics of South Africa must work 24 hours. We want to make sure that there is a centralized database to ensure that all 62 million people are captured on one central database. And if you take the information of patients from that central database, you'll go to jail for a very long time. Comrades, we need to build 24-hour integrated post-sexual trauma centers because we must make sure that the victims receive service at any time. Comrades, we must make sure that there is no doctor or a nurse in South Africa who graduates and does not get a job. All doctors, 6 months in their community service, they must be placed already. When they finish community service, they must go straight into a job. We don't want doctors that are unemployed. How can you be a doctor and be unemployed? That is an insult. Comrades, we are going to increase social grants. We want Abu Gogo and Abu Mkulu to get 4,180 per month. We want veterans to get 4,220 per month. We want child support grant to be increased to 1,200 per month. We want disability, care dependency, and foster care increased. The EFF will introduce a graduate fund. Anyone who get matric and can't get a job will get 1,000 rand. Anyone who get a degree, can't get a job, will get 3,000 rand. Anyone who get an honors without a job will get 4,000 rand. No one must go to school and not get a job or not be paid for not going to school. Disability people are going to be at the center of housing. Disability people are going to be at the center of employment. Every person who's disabled will get a house within a year. We want all unemployed, disabled people, those who have capacity and the qualification to work. Comrades, 30 years down the line, we are still having the oppression of women. Our women are suffering the most. That's why in everything we do, our women must be number one. Our women must be 50% in positions of responsibility. Our women must be 50% in procurement. Our women must be 50% in administration. Our women must be 50% in parliament. Comrades, we must fight for gender justice and be on the side of our women. There is no lesbian, there is no gay. We are all human beings. the rights of the lesbians and the rights of gays and all LGBTQIA plus are human rights. If you are EFF and you isolate and discriminate LGBTQIA plus, you are not a fighter, you are a sellout. What is your issue with people choosing to live their own life? EFF is a war of LGBTQIA plus. This is a war of everyone. Comrades, we must make sure that we use science and technology, because without science and technology, we are not clear of what we are trying to do. Science and technology is everything we need in order to be at par with the whole world. Without science and technology, we are doomed. Without science and technology, we will never be equal to China, because China is far ahead of us. Fighters, we must make sure that we take the mine and the minerals of our country. We must make sure we take the mines and minerals of our country to benefit the people of South Africa. We are going to nationalize the mines on behalf of our people and use the minerals for beneficiation in South Africa. Comrades, we are going to revive the collapsed infrastructure in South Africa, and we are going to do that working with the Chinese government, with the Russian government, with African states, because we believe that we don't need Europe and the rest of these people for us to build our own infrastructure. Fighters, we need to build houses for our people. As long as it does not have inside toilet that is flushing, it's not a house, it's a glorified shack. We will never celebrate houses that do not have a flushing toilet. Fighters, we need water and sanitation for our people. We must make sure that the people of Giyani get the water they were promised, and everywhere else our people must get their water. Oh, South Africa, let's rejoice, because Bafana Bafana has made us proud. They thought Bafana Bafana was finished, and Bafana Bafana showed them flames. I am proud to call myself a South African. I am proud of Bafana Bafana, and I must tell you, I've got my younger brother in that team called Grant Kekana. He took a red card for the team because my younger brother knows that a soldier must die with his boots on. The same goes to the rest of the team. Keep on making us proud. Bafana Bafana, we are going to the World Cup qualifying competitions in June, and we are going to defeat Nigeria. As long as we defeat Nigeria, even if they take us out. Because we were deeply hurt by that defeat of Nigeria. And Bafana Bafana must know that when they play, we pretend like we don't care. The next thing, our hearts are skipping when they miss goals, when they play wrongly. They must know that some of us, Nabo Floyd, Sine Shukela, Iya Kupuga Ishukela. If Bafana Bafana loses, please, comrades, let me tell you, under EFF, there won't be just Moses statue, there won't be Prota statue, there won't be de Klerk name on the street, there won't be Fairwood's name on any high school whether for food war school or not, for food war school shall be Steve Biko High School, because for food must be replaced by Steve Biko. Malan must be replaced by Robert Subukwe. All of them, they must go into a museum of apartheid. And the name of that museum is Never Again. Comrades, information technology is the order of the day. When we take over, students in high schools, students in university, we're going to put fiber and free Wi-Fi, because we believe information is key. There will be free Wi-Fi in hospitals, in clinics, in police stations, in schools, because we believe that that's where our people go. Fighters, we want free Wi-Fi, high speed and quality to the internet in the public parks where our people gather. There must be a free Wi-Fi. Comrades, we are going to make sure that we lower the cost of data. Data is expensive in South Africa. Vodacom, we're coming for you. MTN, we're coming for you. We want data to be reduced in South Africa, because without information, we are nothing. Comrades, Reserve Bank is going to be nationalized, because Reserve Bank must belong into the hands of the people. Comrades, we are going to create a state-owned bank which will be different from other banks and will be accessible, including provincial and municipal state-owned banks using the post office and African Bank, because we believe that without state-owned bank, financial sector will never be transformed. KwaZulu-Natal, we are going to defend Itala when we take over this province, because Itala is a bank of our people and cannot be destroyed by the greedy ANC criminals. We are going to create agricultural bank, housing state-owned bank, social assistance bank. Comrades, we are going to make sure that 500 billion that they are invoicing in government is going to be done through state-owned bank. Comrades, we are going to have state-owned insurance company. Comrades, we must make sure that we strictly produce and we buy locally produced food. Yesterday, we had 20 local caterers who were cooking. All of them come from local. What they were cooking comes from local. The people who were cooking there, employed to cook there, comes from local. If we can do it in an EFF rally, imagine when we are government, we will procure local, because we believe that our people must benefit. Comrades, we want to give the colored communities, the Khoi and the San in the Western Cape, the fishing rights, because the fishing rights have been stolen from the colored and the Khoi and the African people. We want the EFF government to intensify the development of black participants in the fishing industry in the following areas: West Coast, Western Cape, North Coast, KwaZulu-Natal, particularly the area around Kosi Bay, Margate, on the South Coast, Jeffreys Bay and Blue Water Bay in the Eastern Cape. In everything we say, the youth is at the center. We want procurement of government to be 40% youth. We want 40% of the private sector to be 40% youth. We want employment in government to be 40% youth. There must not be EFF list to parliament without 40% of the youth, because we are about the future. Comrades, we are going to restructure the Constitution of South Africa and take National Prosecuting Authority to be a Chapter 9 institution. Why should a national prosecutor be appointed by the president? That's why this prosecutor will never prosecute president. How can you prosecute your own employer? The employer of the national prosecutor must be national parliament, so that he can charge anyone who commits acts of crime. Comrades, under the EFF, there will not be prison. It will be correctional centers, because ours is not punitive but corrective. We want to make sure that those who make mistake and go to jail, they must come back reintegrated into society as better people. We will build accommodation of 43,000 capacity, because we want to deal with overpopulation. We will make sure that intelligence is not politicized, communication is not unlawfully intercepted, and there is no widespread fraud of financial management. State security or state intelligence will be seriously monitored under the EFF and will protect the whistleblowers, because the whistleblowers in the state security, they are scared to speak, because when they speak, when they go back to work, they get persecuted. Comrades, every South African must be a defender of democracy. Any South African who gives our government information about criminal activity or threats to our state or threats to our economy, that person will be paid money as a sign of rewarding good citizenship. Comrades, we are no longer having tenders under the EFF. There won't be a cleaning tender. There won't be a security tender. There won't be a gardening tender. There won't be landscaping tender. There won't be beautification tender. There won't be construction and maintenance tender. There won't be consultant. There won't be professional services. There won't be banking services. There won't be telephone and internet services. Why? All those sectors are going to be insourced and work for government. We are going to make sure that we collect as possible. We must aggressively deal with tax avoidance. We must aggressively deal with illicit financial flows, to include e-commerce, effectively tapping into digital economy, implementing a wealth tax. We must tax the rich, revising corporate income tax will also reduce VAT, because we don't understand why they increased VAT when there is many other tax will come from 15% to 14%. Comrades, will fight corruption in public procurement. We'll make sure that everybody gets an opportunity to provide services to government irrespective of their families. Comrades, Parliament is going to move from Cape Town to Tshwane, because we believe that Parliament must be where the legislature is, to avoid cost, but to also maximize and ensure that there is effective accountability. Tourism is going to be at the center of our revolution. Comrades, we are going to rebuild our infrastructure. We are going to build electricity. We are going to give you water. And we are going to make sure that we benefit from our minerals. We will use our African infrastructure links. We will use China infrastructural fund. We will use Russia and everybody else who wants to work with us. Comrades, we want one passport for all Africans. We don't want South African passport. We don't want Malawian passport. We want African passport that allows us to travel Africa without visas. We need peace in Western Africa and in the DRC. We will work with all involved to make sure there is peace. We will revive Pan-African Parliament and make sure we give it teeth. It must be an overarching legislative body that all of us respect. Comrades, we are on the side of Russia against NATO because NATO is disguising as Ukraine. There is no war between Russia and Ukraine. There is a war between Russia and NATO because NATO wants to come closer to Russia so that it can undermine the sovereignty of Russia. We thank you, the people of South Africa, for loving the people of Palestine. Continue to show them love against apartheid Israel. Russia is our home and Palestine is our home, and Palestinians must know they've got a home in South Africa. We will never retreat. We are not scared of the Jewish power. We will never surrender to the Jewish power. We will surrender to humanity. We will surrender to self-determination of the people of Palestine. We will surrender to the independent state of Palestine. We will not allow Netanyahu to commit genocide. We are on the side of Palestine, and please, everywhere else we are, let's remind our people that we are not free if the people of Palestine are not free. The people of Palestine are not against the Jewish nation. The people of Palestine do not want to kill Jewish women and children. The people of Palestine want their self-determination. If there is anyone who's killing innocent people, that's Netanyahu. He's a warlord, an international criminal, and he must be charged. Comrades, we are with the people of Cuba because we know America is imposing back on them. We are with the people of Western Sahara against Morocco because we know that Morocco has occupied the land of Western Sahara. The EFF, as we conclude, want to send its message to Taiwan that we don't recognize you as a region. We recognize one China. And when we take over, we are going to close the embassy of Taiwan because we know you are sponsored by imperialism. We are with China against imperialist forces who want to divide China. And in that spirit, I wish to send my gratitude and those of the EFF to the Chinese community and wish them happy Chinese New Year. We say to them, we are together in the struggle for socialism. Let me salute and thank our international guests here with us today. And amongst them is my brother David, who belongs to the Movement for Democracy and Growth in Kenya. We say to you, our brotherhood is bigger than our ideological orientation. Before our ideology, we are all Africans. My brother David, who's here, is in coalition with the ruling government of Ruto in Kenya. We thank the embassy and high commissions of friendly sister nation that honored our invitation and present here today. And amongst them are China, the Kingdom of Lesotho, Norway, Chad, Uganda, Pakistan, Spain, Tanzania, Georgia, Zambia, and Italy. Comrades, I ask you all to stand up and observe a moment of silence in respect of the passing away of President of Namibia, President Geingob. We say to the people and government of Namibia, we are with you. We know your pain and your suffering. We know what you are going through today, because we once went through the same through our father of the nation, Nelson Mandela. When we went through that pain, Namibia was with us. It is our turn now to go back to Namibia and say to the people of Namibia, Ngangabe, we are with you in this pain. We send our special condolences to the former First Lady of Namibia. With due respect, those who are moving, they must stand. Those who are talking, they must keep quiet as we observe the moment of silence in respect of the President of Namibia, President Geingob. Thank you very much, comrades. Comrades, I want to say to the people of Eswatini, your struggle is a struggle of the people of South Africa. You are with us, President of Pudemo. We are with you. Traditional leaders, all of you, you must know you've got a place in the EFF. We've got a king who is a member, King Dalinjewo, who is a full member of the EFF, that because the EFF recognizes traditional leadership. All traditional leaders who are here, Abundabezita, all of you, please know that these are your children. Do not be threatened by them. We are going to own the land together with you, because we are nothing without our traditional leaders. How can Floyd Shibambo run an initiation school? Initiation schools are run by traditional leaders, and therefore we believe that with traditional leaders at the center of the initiation school, we will avoid the death that we are experiencing today. So all of you, royal blood, we are under your leadership and we salute you. We are not above you. We are not below you. We are by your side, holding each other together to reclaim the dignity of our people. Let me send my special gratitude and thanks to Deputy President Floyd Shibambo, who is a convener of the PETF, which organized all of this. Let me thank the Secretary General, who led from the front, who always ensured that the level of logistics and mobilization is at par with the expectation of the membership and the leadership of the EFF. Secretary General, as I go back home to my grandmother's house, I go a happy man. I am happy with the type of effort and work you have all put in place here. I can safely say I lead a living organization. ground forces, we are nothing without you. Without you, there is no EFF. And without you, there is no manifesto launch. If you were not in this stadium, even if we were here on the stage, without you, there won't be a manifesto in the EFF. We need the manifesto. We need you to be always available to lead from the ground. Don't get tired, ground forces. There is no cold weather in the revolution. It is not cold outside the ANC. We have made it warm outside the ANC. It is hot outside the ANC. There is no revolution. There is no rain in a revolution. There is a revolution in the rain. We are not scared of the rain. We are not scared of cold. We are not scared of hot water. We are ready. The people of South Africa, the people of KZN, we are starting now at Moses Mabhida. We are marching to the Union Building. From now onwards, we are going to stop at the Union Building. I present to you the People Manifesto of the EFF. This is the weapon that will be used against the enemy of our revolution. Fellow fighters, this book is 265 pages. Let's ensure that we download it. Let's ensure that everybody gets to know about what is in the revolution. Amanda! Amanda!